I wear this shawl with pride and happiness, and I'm privileged. It's in the gathering of allied people, be it clinicians, embryologists, and students. The message I want to give is, in the field of ART, the embryologist is the silent hero. So the clinician takes the credit, but blames the embryologist when something goes wrong, not realizing the selection is wrong. And a lot of times we don't work as a team, or we don't trust each other as a team members. We should evolve and move forwards in that area. That is one thing. The second thing is, as the ART is evolving, like the slide shown by Prasad Garu and Dr. Patija, the incubator, the glass flask that you see in which Louis Brown was born, has moved leaps and bounds, and you don't recognize that as an incubator today. That is a change, but that does not mean it replaces embryologist. Embryologist sometimes is perceived by a lot of people as a technique, but it's an art, science, and an analysis, and that is where our fraternity is not being encouraged to pursue the analysis of a failure, analysis of an arrest. We only look at the good embryos. We never look at stain them and fix them on a slide to look at what is happening to a bad embryo. Unless you look at failures, then only success comes in. And embryologists should not be limited to the cell division. As in more and more knowledge is coming in, and single cell genomics are coming in, and single cell biochemistry, endocrinology is coming in. I wish and aspire our educators integrate to the embryologists the endocrinology and the genetical aspects at the molecular levels, so that they become a physician to the cell. We are only delivery of the genetic material to that physician of the cell, and we may ask that physician, can you help us? That is the world that is evolving today. The second thing is, ICSI is not everything. We say one sperm is adequate, but it's not adequate to give a healthy life sperm, healthy birth of a good quality life for 60 to 70 years or more. By the time you reach your 50s and 60s, our life expectancy can cross 100 years. Now it is 74 years in India. Turning into a self-physician, understanding that is the future. The third area which I wanted to emphasize is, technology never replaces a human hand and a human eye. It makes us make less mistakes. Don't expect technology to improve the pregnancy rates. It only makes less mistakes, because the less mistakes the pregnancy rate is increasing. We never realize that. And we are afraid of technology. You should integrate technology, or go and learn technology, whether it's relevant today or not, it will be relevant tomorrow. And your understanding of scientific knowledge that's being published will be appreciated. You should not think, my unit may not buy that equipment, so why should I go there? But the literature that is coming in will completely change that area. So unless you keep abreast with the scientific literature, because you are evolving from a technologist to the physician at the cell level. An MBBS need not be a physician. In fact, the protein folding Nobel Prize was given not to a chemist, it was given to a software person. And so much of transformation is happening. People were struggling with how to identify the protein folding for the last 100 years. And a computer group have identified the three-dimensional modeling of protein folding. And they used to take a couple of years to identify one protein model of folding. They could complete the entire thing in a year. And those groups were awarded Nobel Prize. So the boundaries of science and degrees are melting. The third is, and the most important thing is, documentation. We are the custodians of the genetic material of the parent, and we have a responsibility to our patients to see that errors are minimized or eliminated in the handling of genetic material. We should not have egos of cross-checking and validating or double-checking. If technology is there, it helps it. If there is no technology, there is a second human being to validate. There are many ways, but ultimately, you and we are the custodian of the genetic material of the future generation. Not everybody wants a child. A lot of people want their own genetic child. And no mistake should happen. That's the other area. The fourth area which I personally feel is documentation. If we don't do documentation, I consider you did not do it. That will help everybody in the system to improve or analyze things. Because we don't analyze things at least 15 days till the result comes in. And there's no documentation, your memory fades. So documentation is a key. Documentation is not a crime. Documentation is a passage of information or transmission of information which humans have evolved, and in the form of writing and in the form of a structured form. We should be good at documentation. That is different from medical-legal implications. The next thing is being honest and ethical to the patient. And that word honest and ethical varies from culture to culture, from continent to continent. One has to only define for themselves what is ethical for them in relation to the society they are living in, and honesty in relation to the society they are living in, and try not to forget the unborn child, because here the decisions are made by the parents and the team, but the sufferer is the unborn child. That means we are impinging on the rights of the unborn child. We should always remember that. And embryology is a science which I expect gets miniaturized, but also gets expanded beyond recognition. That's how I see embryology. If you look at the NVIDIA model of EVO2, they have sequenced all biological models. The area of just looking at aneuploidy screen, which is just a meiotic error, not even mitotic error, and a small segment, and we are clapping ourselves that we are doing aneuploidy screening. The journey is just beginning, and I wish all of you a prosperous and a great fulfilling career. And I thank the organizers for giving me this thing, but this honor goes through the various members who have journeyed in the last 30 years, including Dr. Prakash and Murli. They contributed significantly at the vitrification work in 2004. In moving away, a child moves away, a daughter moves away from the house. There is a pain, but as they prosper, there is a happiness. That's my feeling towards them.